People get annoyed with me, and I don't mind. It's taken me a long time to get to who I am. It's taken me a long time to get to who I am. So, here. So, if you're new here, I talk about a lot of random stuff. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just having fun with it. I don't care about your perception of me. I care about my perception of me. My perception of me matters more than anything. I'm going to share some thoughts on that topic with you. So, for instance, I have a large forehead, right? Some people are insecure about having a large forehead. I joke with people that my brain is growing. I actually think my brain is growing year over year. It's an actual thing. And maybe sometimes I get a little insecure about it, right? But I don't care. So, like, when we're very insecure about something, we don't even talk about it. We don't want anyone to even mention it, you know? We just run and hide. We don't want anyone to know it, you know? So it's not like that, you know? And then here, what I'm trying to get at is essentially the stories we tell ourselves dictate the experience that we have. So, for instance, I haven't worked out in like a year and a half. I did some pull-ups the other day. I do gardening. That's about it. But look, that's not even all. Like, I got abs. Like, I got muscle. And I kid you not, I think a lot of this is from the story. Like, me not working out hasn't made me dislike my body. Every time I look at a mirror, I'm like, damn. And it's taken me a long time to get here. To not look in a mirror and just like critique absolutely everything. It's taken work. But then it all changed. So I look in the mirror and I'm like, damn. Like, damn, girl. I kid you not. Like, this is what goes on in my head. I'm like, damn, look at that. And I check myself out, you know? Like, ooh, looking good. Like, damn. And I think that alone, and me just being completely genuine, you know, like I'm looking at and I'm just like, damn, I love you. Like, damn, you're hot. I think that perpetuates my body just looking good all the time because I'm kind to it. You know, there are people who talk to plants. They swear it makes them grow. It makes them grow bigger, brighter, stronger flower, or stronger, you know, stems and roots, more beautiful flowers. Like, it's a thing. People who have a green thumb will tell you this. I don't think we're any different. I think the stories we tell ourselves will be evident in how we look, our energy, how we present ourselves. So this is kind of a far-fetched concept, and the first time I heard it, which was 7 years ago now, it did not resonate with me at the time. But about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, it started to resonate with me. So this guy, Dean Graziosi, you might have heard of him. He's like a self-help guy. He was a real estate investor. He made a lot of money. That's where he built his life and his brand. And then he segued over into the personal development space. So I bought one of his courses back in 2017. And he had this radical, honestly, the course is fantastic. Very good life advice. But he had this radical thing that he did in his life, and it changed a lot for him. So, you know how we have these stories in our life about our experience, about our upbringing, about how we're interacting in the world. You know, some people think in their head like everything sucks, everyone's out to get them. You know, life has always been shitty. You know, I had shitty parents, shitty family. You know, this and that and the other, right? And those stories perpetuate an energy and an awareness into our current life. So we get more of the same, right? If we believe that, then we get more of the same. We attract things. It's also confirmation bias. It's part of, you know, basic psychology is like, whatever your beliefs are, you're going to look for information that validates those beliefs. So his radical idea was, you're already warping what happens based on your perception, based on how you've reacted emotionally, based on your beliefs, right? Why not go back and create a new narrative? So let's say, for example, you were a kid and abruptly your dad left, right? A story you could take from that is, I've been abandoned, I'm not lovable, my dad didn't want me. You could say all these things, right? And that's probably the default. That's what most people will do, right? Most children in that scenario will look to themselves as they're the problem, they're the issue. That's just natural. That's just what kids do, you know? But that belief and those beliefs will continue to carry on until you change them. And I'm forgetting exactly. I was trying to think right now what it is. There's a psychology practice. I'm gonna butcher it. It's like maybe it's CBT. Anyways, you go back to the core. I think it might be CBT. Where you go back to the core memory. We have all these like ripple things that broke off from like a core memory, right? So it's like, if for a child the core time that the experience was that I've been abandoned was the dad leaving, then that kid will have more experiences of that in life, which are like secondary occurrences, right? Let's say like a partner left them, now they're like, they're in that mode. So what does it hurt you to go back to these things that happened to you and change the story? It's no different than you being there initially and taking what you will from it anyways, right? Because like two people, there's studies of this. I can't name any right now, but there's studies of, or at least one study, of two twins who grew up in the same environment, who, had the same experiences, yet they came out completely different. And that's because, how they're experiencing the situation is different. It's subjective, right? It's subjective to them, how they're going to take that, their personality, all this shit. So, we have the power to change our reality. Are there any things like that you could go back to? That you could go back to and change? Maybe change the narrative of. Or even now. Like I was talking about how I speak kindly to my body. Are there any things, and honestly, I'm kind of old-fashioned. I love just pen and paper. Even at work, pen and paper. And I doodle a little, but pen and paper. I love it. I love the feeling of it. I love the tactical experience of it. I love it all. You should write out some things that come to mind as you think of, these stories that maybe don't serve you, that have held you back, or even these experiences, take it one step outside of yourself, right? These experiences that have happened to you that have dictated or perpetuated things to not work in your life. Get those out on a piece of paper. Because what I want you to do is I want you to look at them objectively. Like, you put these out on a piece of paper, right? Think about how it impacts you. Think about the story you tell because of that. So back to the story I was telling, it's like this kid, his dad leaves, or girl, whatever, right? The dad leaves. What story are they telling themselves continuously from that situation that they had no control of, and they have actually no idea maybe of what actually occurred, right? Your dad could leave, but what if he was dying of cancer? This is a little, I'm not trying to I don't know the word I'm looking for in the moment, but I'm not trying to offend anyone, but you really don't know. So it's like, you never know. So why not create narratives and stories that serve you? Why not? And yeah, like I was saying, this might not resonate with you completely. It took me a while, but sit with it. Maybe meditate on it, a little bit. Now, maybe put it in your note app. Think about it. Revisit it. you could even try some of that out, you know? You're gonna come across resistance for sure. Like, but gosh. You know, my life has changed a lot through time because of a lot of effort. And then there's times I don't give a shit at all, you know? But I slowly get closer to a more healed, more loving person for myself. If I could give anyone anything, I would give them that, you know? Just to find comfort in your being, find love in how you are, how you look, how you sound, how you feel. Even if the world does not give you that, like, you know, if no one's telling you, like, no one's going to tell you. No one's ever going to be there to tell you good job or, you know, I'm proud of you. Everyone's in their own world, you know? And, like, let's say you even have a partner and you have a family, it's like, you can't put that on them to validate you. You know? Or whatever it is. And also, like, completely off topic, but you know who you are now, like, all the self-hate and it just drips into everything you touch. And it brings you so much pain because you don't want to be like that. And then people don't get you and like this and that. And it's like, it's such a living hell. It's a living hell on earth. Because you're in so much pain from all these things that you don't speak of. And even if you were to speak of them, no one could get it. No one's ever gonna get it. You have to get it for you. You have to validate you. You have to find a way to love yourself regardless of all these things that have happened to you and will continue to happen throughout the rest of your life. You know, people get annoyed with me, and I don't care. They get annoyed, they don't like it. But the people who have been in my life the longest, they see it all comes from a place of love, maybe a little bit of tough love, you know? But I wouldn't want anything less. People who tell you like it is and push you, they care about you. People who don't say anything and just let you ruin your life, they don't give a shit about you. They don't. They don't give a shit about you. And if you've never been pushed, you know, and no one ever pushed you before, so you don't know what that feels like. That's okay. Because you won't ever realize it's love until you push yourself. Do the things you know you gotta do. Or even shit, just like having some discipline, you know? Life can be beautiful. I know I'm rambling here, but shit, that's just what I do. Life can and will be beautiful for you. You just gotta believe you're worthy of it. And you get there by changing your thoughts, changing your actions, which ultimately change your thoughts, and it ultimately changes your belief system. Your thoughts are not you. These thoughts you have, they're not you. Your mind is literally just going. It's like a runaway train. It's just doing whatever. Your thoughts are not you. Your emotions are not you. You're much more. In fact, you're the entire universe trying to experience itself in this fragment, you, me, like me. We're the same. It's all the same stuff. It's all the same. And since you are part of the same energy, I know you are worthy of so much. I hope you wake up. I hope you hit rock bottom and you get the grace you deserve. Not everyone does, you know? Not everyone finds grace in this life. You know, some people have a life that just is pain after pain after pain after pain. And that just perpetuates until they die. I had a sister like this. Her life was just full of pain, so much pain. She had so many problems. No one cared about her. No one loved her. In her world, you know? No one understood. Problem after problem after problem after problem. And then she died tragically. And that was her life. It's quite sad. It's very sad. So if you're watching this, you know what to do.